Willie D. Live.
What's up, family? Donald Trump, your president, says he wants to get rid of all illegal immigrants. He don't care if they are farmers. He do not care. They got to go. He don't care if they're teachers. He don't care if they're police officers. He do not care if they're members of the clergy. He do not care if they're farmers. They got to, wait a minute. Farmers is different. Farmers is different. He didn't care a couple of days ago, but now he cares. Now he cares. He wants to give the migrant farmers some action. He wants to give, because he realized that he can't do it without them. By a show of hands, who amongst us thought that America was going to be just fine with Trump running off all of those immigrants who work in the farming industry? Give me a show, by a show of hands, give me a thumbs up if you thought America was going to be just fine. Thumbs down if you say, hell no, man, you know that wasn't going to work. What kind of dummy would get rid of every single migrant in the farming industry that's here illegally, that's undocumented? What kind of dummy would do that? Maybe this guy? Yeah, fam, I want you to check out this article in New Republic. Trump turns to migrant workers amid farm labor crisis. So we are having a crisis. We're in the midst of a crisis, a farming crisis? You don't say. The Trump administration has finally accepted that its immigration crackdown is causing a labor crisis. You don't say. Donald Trump's solution to farm worker shortage caused by his violent mass deportation campaign is to embrace migrant labor. The New York Times reports that the Trump administration is making it cheaper to hire migrant farm workers on temporary visa under the H-2A program. It's a blatant admission that the White House has promised that deporting more immigrants would help American workers with better wages and lower unemployment was a farce. The farm economy is a difficult situation, and President Trump is utilizing all the tools available to ensure farmers have what they need to be successful, said Agriculture Secretary Brooke Rollins, who needs to be fired today. Under the new policy, hourly rates for workers on H-2A visas have been lowered by $1 to $7, depending on the state, with farmers now being allowed to calculate housing as part of the workers' compensation. With this dramatic reduction in workers' pay, the United Farmer Workers of America, a union representing thousands of workers across the country, has filed a lawsuit claiming that American farm workers will be pushed out while earning a lot less. So, these actions are going to displace domestic farm workers who have been working in the fields and putting food on dinner tables for decades, and bring a workforce that is even more vulnerable to abuse. Teresa Romero, the union's president, told the Times. She noted that exploitation and trafficking is already a problem for many migrant workers. So we could stop right there, fam. You get where I'm coming from. So this dude's idea was to get rid of all of the farmers, the migrant farmers, get rid of them, send them anywhere. They've actually worked out a deal where they can deport illegal immigrants to anywhere in the world, even if it's a country where they have no connections, no relations. They can just send them to that country, drop them off. What do you think is going to happen? Let's talk about that for a minute, fam. Let's talk about that for a moment. What do you think is going to happen if you take people and drop them off in a random country where they have no family, no friends, no associates, no connections, what do you think is going to happen to those people? I can tell you that some of them are going to be SA'd. Some of them are going to be murdered. Many of them are going to end up working again for slave wages. They're going to be exploited. They're going to be exploited because they have nothing. They're going to be desperate. So, desperate situations calls for desperate measures. So they're going to be getting picked off left and right. And then others are going to decide, you know what, before I become a victim, I'll be a victimizer. So they're going to go out there and victimize people. Those girls and those women, and even some of them little boys, are going to be trafficked. Yeah. This is a problem that Trump created. This is one of the remnants that you don't, this is one of the silent or hidden remnants that you don't think of when you think of deportation. You just think, oh, you're just getting rid of people and sending them just anywhere but here, man. You don't think further than that. You just think, oh, they go into another country, they'll be all right. Anyway, fam, the reason why I think everybody should be concerned about stuff like this is because if they can do it to them, they can do it to you. And I ain't just talking about black folks. I'm talking about you white people too. What if they don't like you? What if somebody don't like something about you, somebody within the government? They just decide, you know what? The people who live in Saginaw, Michigan, their lives, it ain't really worth all of that. Nobody's going to care if you displace people from Saginaw, Michigan. Let's just take them and send them somewhere because we need that city for whatever reason they need it for. They be having diabolical things they be up to. I mean, it could be for any reason. I know it sounds crazy what I'm saying, but crazier things have happened with this government. And so you can never underestimate what this government is capable of and what it will do. I mean, I can go down a list of some diabolical things this country has done that if you didn't know that these things happen in real life, you'd be like, man, what you talking about? You crazy. That ain't happen. That ain't gonna happen. So here's the deal. Most of those farmers, they voted for Trump. That's number one. Most of those people in the farming industry voted for Trump. So off rip, that's what you asked for. You asked for it, that's what you got. He wants to bring them back on an H-2A visa. That H-2A visa would allow these migrants to work temporarily in the United States, and then they have to go back. So that's seasonal employment. Come in, you work the farms and for $7 an hour, and then you go back to which you came from. So they're underpaying and abusing the workers. You can expect to see, and I know some of y'all still saying, well, it ain't got nothing, what that's got to do with me. You can expect to see increased prices for produce on your shelves. That's what it's got to do with you. You can, and one of the biggest reasons you can expect to see that, besides worker shortages, like what's going on right now, is food is rotting in the fields right now. It's rotting. So if the food is rotting, that means that you have a shortage. So now you have more demand than you have supply, which is going to increase the price of your produce. And I ain't talking about like incremental. I'm talking about it's going to be lopsided. You'll see a big difference. It could possibly double the price of produce. America's financial future is already in limbo. The farming industry is already in limbo. We don't know what that's going to look like in another year or two, especially with Trump in office. You don't know what the hell is going to happen. The educational system is already broken down. The financial industry is broken down. It ain't collapsed yet, but internally it's corroding. When you look at the healthcare industry, it's broken down. Look at every industry that affects quality of life, and you'll see trouble. And I'm talking about big trouble. But this is what the farmers voted for. This is what they wanted. I'm sure some of those farmers, some of those owners, told their workers to also vote for Trump, the ones who could vote. I'm sure they told them, vote for Trump. And look what Trump did to them. Look what he did to y'all. Some of y'all have already filed for bankruptcy. Some of y'all are already out of the game. But I'm going to tell you the type of spell Trump got on these people. They are so slow that they still support him. Ain't that something? But what say you, fam? Drop a comment. I'd love to hear your thoughts. No more talk.